Hey everyone, I need your attention for 1 minute. This is not one of those ads. This is something that has changed my entire life. If you've been listening to this podcast, you know that this is all about personal development as the foundation for everything good in your life. And this podcast is now sponsored by Growth Day, which is the world's first all-in-one personal development app. I mean, oh my gosh, can you imagine having everything all in one place that you need to create the life that you want? Now you can. So if you've been struggling with your motivation, your mood, your productivity, or your purpose, you have to check this out. Growth Day helps you consciously change your life and achieve your potential. It has all the self-improvement tools, motivational classes, and life coaching all in one place. So many of us want to improve our lives, but the question is how? Where do we start? What do we use? How do you get unstuck? How do you make self-improvement stick? Well, research shows how. It's when you consistently journal, track your habits, set goals, learn from empowering mentors, and challenge yourself that you'll be happier, healthier, and more successful. But let me ask you something. Where do you actually do all of your personal development work? I have to tell you that over 300,000 people use Growth Day for a reason. It works. It's the world's #1 software for self-improvement. Growth Day has an amazing mindset journal that I absolutely love, a habit tracker, and a goal-setting system. In fact, I bet if you went to my stories this week, you probably saw me using the journaling app and telling you to do it too, because it's the first time that journaling has ever actually stuck consistently in my life because of this app. And best of all, Growth Day has live inspirational classes every single week from the world's top motivational speakers and life coaches. These are people who have impacted my life in huge ways. These are mentors who I already knew and loved. In fact, this is something that's so huge for me, you guys. I personally teach a class in Growth Day every single month, and it is one of the most fun things that I get to do, and I'd love to see you there. These classes will truly shift your life. There's always something new that you will learn. So join me and 300,000 achievers growing our lives with actual real intention. Visit growthday.com/Lori for a free trial. Yes, you can try this for free. So go to growthday.com/Lori and go live your best life. You guys, that's growthday.com/Lori. And I can't wait to see you there.
They talk to everyone but the person about the thing going on. And that's just going to destroy the relationship, when instead you could say, hey, I don't know if this is just me, but this is how I'm feeling. So I want to make sure that we clear the air, we clear the energy, and I just bring it out because I never want this relationship to, have resentment or not share where we're at.
Welcome to the Earn Your Happy podcast. I'm Lori Harder, founder of The Bliss Project, 3-time fitness world champion, fitness expert, and cover model turned self-love junkie, lifestyle entrepreneur, and author. Each week, I'll bring you a guest or a thought that will help you bust through your fears, connect to your soul, and get focused and clear so you can elevate your life, business, and relationships. We don't wait until we're ready for someone to tell us we're good enough. We take what we want and we anoint ourselves. Get ready to earn, own, and unapologetically rock your happiness every single day. Are you with me? Here we go.
We're back.
We're back.
We're doing the thing.
Doing the thing. We're back. We're doing the thing. We're back.
Doing the thing.
Back. All right.
Hey, everyone.
We're canceled.
Welcome back to Questionably Awesome, where we're going to kill a few brain cells without anything chemically induced.
Correct.
I think that's exciting. Somebody just wrote me the other day. First, before I say this, though, let's just say Questionably Awesome is the podcast episodes where Evans and I answer your questions. And it's very questionable how you're going to feel about life after this episode and your current level of brain cells. So, you and I just got together and we wanted to laugh and have fun and also drop some wisdom. First, I'm going to tell you, my mother has been listening and she was like, oh my God, you guys are hilarious together. I don't know what I don't even understand who you turn into, but I like it. And I was like, I can't believe you listened to my podcast episode. That is crazy. And then, okay, number 2, someone wrote me and they were like, I didn't know what the hell I was listening to the first time I tuned in. She was like, I literally said to myself, what is actually going on? And then I started listening and now they're my favorite. So I was like, we often feel that way when we start recording. So if this is your first time listening, congratulations for having the tolerance to hang in here this long. I promise you it gets better and we can change your life once in a while.
Yeah.
It's surprising.
It's kind of like diarrhea, but the relief.
It's like
the real
of it.
Yeah.
Like that. Like you're a little bit like, whoa, like the kajunks happen and you're like, oh my God, what is about to happen? And then the other side, you're like, oh, well, that's relieving and I'm skinny now. So
I lost 20 pounds just now. Thank you.
I mean, it's really similar, Evans. So how's your week? We're recording in the evening, which is really rare. We normally record at like 7 a.m. my time.
Yeah.
So instead of being a bit like crazy from just waking up, I'm crazy from an over-caffeinated day today.
Did you drink coffee with caffeine in it?
I did, but here's the deal. That would have been fine, but I had the worst allergies today. So I took an Allegra D that already has like some caffeine in it. And then they were so bad. And I had to I was doing like a big Zoom conference and I had to take another one. I can hardly get my words out. That's how cracked out I am right now. I took a second Allegra D, which you're not supposed to do like within 12 hours. The second one, then I took Flonase, which I don't know if that has caffeine in it. And then I had super coffee. I can't even talk right now. So it's a different. We're gonna see how this changes the energy today. But I don't know if you're tired for the day, but I'm sending you like some energy through screen time. So
I can feel it. I can feel your energy, and I really like it.
My eyes are popping out of my head, and I haven't had Botox for a really long time, so my eyebrows are like actually lifted up, which feels foreign.
I'd like to get some Botox. I want to just get those forehead creases, just smooth them on out.
You sure don't need them. But one thing that I'll say, and whether you're anti-Botox or not, I will say that it has been nice because I frown like a mother when I'm working and my eyebrows have been hurting lately. And when you have Botox, they don't hurt. So this is not an ad.
Nope.
Don't yell at me. Don't comment in the links. I'm not in the mood.
Just you do you. You do you.
You do you. You fast forward or get off this channel, So with that said, how are you feeling about life?
I'm feeling pretty good. And I'm really excited because I did something today.
What did you do? Just something?
I got a manicure.
Oh, they look so good. Oh, she's got pink jewels.
Here.
Rubies.
Look at these things. They're just, let me tell you, I was like, and I know everyone has their opinions on going places, and I totally get that. And it's okay if you judge me for doing this, but it was a very safe place and I was safe. I felt like a new person.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's so interesting, the world right now, because it's very state by state, right? Like everyone here is like, yeah, we're going everywhere. And then, when I was living in California, I was like, I'm not going anywhere. Because number one,
true.
But your jewels look amazing. And, because you're Southern, I think you call them rubies. Do you think that you would ever name an animal Ruby?
Do you know that Adam's niece is named Ruby?
That doesn't surprise me.
I know.
Wait, she's not Southern though, is she?
No, but she's really cool.
I like the name.
Me too. I think Adam's grandmother was named Ruby Fern.
That's so old timey. Oh my gosh. That's literally like if I walked into a historic museum and saw a beautiful picture of a woman in like an old time dress from the 1800s, I would literally say, I bet her name is Ruby Fern. And they'd be like, it is. And I'd be like, no way. It didn't change. I really liked to use the excuse of being tired in the morning, and it's just not. So
it's just who you are.
It's just who you are. All right.
We love it.
Tell me like a slice of wisdom from the week that you've picked up, because life is just a big lesson. And I think you and I both do a really good job of observing our emotions and how crazy they are and then making something of them. So what's something that you observed about yourself or in your life that now you've created a little, like, you're like, oh, interesting this week?
Oh, that is a great question. And it is that a lot of times when I'm working alone and by myself for a long time, I get ideas and then I'll tell myself that they're stupid and I'll be really rude and mean to myself. And then like today, getting on a call with Lauren and I'll be like, this is a really stupid idea, but I'm just going to share it. And she's like, that's not a stupid idea. Mm-hmm. And just hearing, like, a lot of times it's easy to doubt yourself when you're working on your own and don't really have someone to bounce ideas off of. But then when you say it out loud, it's like, actually, even if it is a stupid idea, you can get something out of it.
You know, it's so interesting too. I love that so much. And I think that's important for people to hear, because you also have to know your working style. Like sometimes it's good to work alone for a little bit, but the second that you start to notice that, like, how can you support yourself around working in a group? It's really funny because you guys, if you don't know, Evans used to be my assistant a long time ago, and we just had this like amazing relationship. And I'm actually so glad you're not my assistant, so we can now have an even more amazing relationship. But with that said, I actually observed that, like, when you are alone for too long, just like me, it's kind of like your energy goes down, you know, because you work really good in team settings, and I do too, but small teams.
Yes.
It's important to support yourself with whatever that looks like, whether that's, you know, a call a couple times a week, or getting in different groups where you guys kind of brainstorm together, going to, you know, when you can, or if you can, go to like a WeWork or whatever that looks like, or just doing some group think once or twice a week, which is really, really powerful. Because I used to work alone all the time, and I wondered what was wrong with me, because I would not get work done. I'd go like, oh my God, I would do everything and anything but work. Like,
yes.
And I would be like, wow, you were in some serious resistance. And I literally, the one thing I can say is, like, as soon as you can, like, hire someone who can be on your team as soon as you can. And you guys can work together part-time, or even like 5 or 10 hours a week. Like, oh my gosh, it is.
Feeling other people's energy just makes such a difference.
It is insanely game changing. So hopefully you get to the place in your business where you're hiring like maybe another copywriter or something to sit with you, you know, for 5 hours a week or something like that. And you guys just work together and bust everything out.
And yeah, and being at a cool WeWork and have like a female women business office.
Yes.
Girls only.
That's literally what everybody wants to do right now. So seriously, we're all craving, like, can somebody please come work with me? Okay. What's your quote?
Oh, my quote I found on Instagram. It's this really cute account called something that I don't remember right now, but I'll find it. But the quote is called, "Emotions are just visitors."
Oh, I love that. I think of that a lot, actually, that there's come and go, and they're not who you are.
Yep.
You have fingernails, you're not a fingernail. You have sadness, you're not sad. You know?
Exactly. The Instagram is messy.
Blessy?
Bless the messy.
Oh, it clicked out. So I was like, cool. Blessy. All right. Bless up. There are little geckos back here. They're running across the floor outside. Little geckos. Sorry, not geckos. Look at how trained I am. There are little car insurance salesmen running everywhere right now outside in Arizona. Okay, here's my quote. Because we know that our questions are around working together, I gave it away. Marty Plotnick, don't know who this human is, hope that he is not in prison somewhere, says, you better enjoy. Nobody knows what that even means. They're like, what does that even mean? We always try to make sure our people we quote are like, you know, upstanding citizens. And sometimes we can't do a full background check. So
yes.
I did not run a full background check on Marty, but he seems like a great guy. All right. You better enjoy working with each other. And you got to have fun. You got to enjoy each other. It's like getting married. You'll be spending more time with your business partner than your spouse when you calculate the hours. So you better enjoy it.
I'm just dying that Marty is right. I loved everything about the last 2 minutes.
Well, me too. Me too. All right. Do you have a review?
I do. And it is from Grow the Mindset Gal. Yeah. She says, the podcast has helped me with my mindset and anxiety. It has pushed me to grow outside my comfort zone, to start a blog and start my own podcast. I also can't wait to read Lori's book. Thank you, Lori, for spreading so much love.
Oh my gosh. The best. I literally was picturing, I was like waiting for her to be like, and if you two dumbasses can do this, anyone can.
That's probably what she's thinking.
She's like, thank you so much for letting me see how much of an idiot you can be while still being successful.
We set the bar all the way down at the bottom just for others.
It's not even a bar. It's like a tripwire. You know what? Set that tripwire. Confuse them all. Keep them guessing, and then just be like, bam, I experienced success.
Do you want a question?
Yeah, because clearly this is starting to fizzle. Let's go.
Okay. This is from at Jaya Kasha. I'm really sorry if I mispronounced your name. How do you work through conflict and keep the relationship strong? What?
What was it again?
How do you work through conflict and keep the relationship strong? Your co-host.
Your co-host or your business partner? Oh gosh. I mean, I hold the belief and the just like life motto that you have to have the tough conversations as fast as you can. So I think the first thing, I want to back up the trolley for a minute and just say that you can prevent a lot of the things that you might fear about having a business partner or a co-host. And that will be by, talking about what your boundaries are in the beginning, what your expectations are of yourself, of them, and writing up a contract. So what happens is that a lot of time friends get into business and they're like, we're fine. We've known each other forever, or this is going to be great, but not knowing like, what have you talked about what that's going to look like? Like even with you, Evans, like, are you cool? Like, are you sure you're good with looking up the review and having that ready? Do you feel okay about that? Is that going to bug you or whatever that looks like? Having these conversations so that like, I know how I can call on you, or I know how I can call on different business partners. I know what we are both expecting each other to do. And one of the big reasons that is so important is it also allows you to show up in your highest self, because you're never second guessing yourself that you're not doing enough. I know sometimes when I haven't outlined a contract or shared my expectations or shared my zone of genius or what I'm not good at, sometimes when I just say yes to everything, or like, yeah, I'll say yes to things I'm not good at, it's like I end up like not doing them or showing up not my best or coming in late with different things. And it just doesn't do well for either parties. So a contract and expectation boundaries is as much for you as it is for them. And it really protects your relationship going in. I always tell people the more that you value your relationship, the more boundaries and contracts you should have. Just like clear agreements around anything and everything. It doesn't have to be some 50-page contract. It just really needs to outline any tough scenarios, and even right down to sometimes it's good to have a final decision maker, to figure that out. So I think that's the first way that you do it, is to protect yourself and prevent yourself from even having to go to a lot of those places. And then of course you're always going to have to go no matter what, because you can't cover everything. You're learning about each other. So I think it's always agreeing to have radical candor, like the book Kim Scott talks about, or that Kim Scott, I believe that's who it is, wrote that book. And just having the tough conversations as soon as possible. Or what happens, I see it all the time. They talk to everyone but the person about the thing going on. And that's just going to destroy the relationship, when instead you could say, hey, I don't know if this is just me, but this is how I'm feeling. So I want to make sure that we clear the air, we clear the energy, and I just bring it out because I never want this relationship to, have resentment or not share where we're at. So what do you think? How are you keeping your relationship, with Adam and your co-hosts?
But what you said about, it reminded me of a Brene Brown quote. Why am I stuttering? And she says, clear is kind. She talks about that in one of her books. I think it's Dare to Lead, but that's a big thing with running, like when you're managing a team or just working with a team. She always talks about the best, kindest thing you can do is be clear.
Oh man, that couldn't be more true. I think just think about like your relationship with your best girlfriend or with your partner, spouse, whatever that is. Like, it is not nice to not tell someone how you're actually feeling because then you resent them and they don't know, they can't fix the problem.
Right.
Like, they don't do anything about it. You're actually taking away the chance for them to make your relationship better. And you're actually putting them in the place of, the decline. Like you're not allowing them to actually confront whatever that is or to work it out. So I think we nailed that one.
Nailed it. Do you want another one?
Thank you so much for your question, by the way. Thanks for letting us feel like we really accomplished good things in life.
You want one more?
No.
Okay. This is from @CharityMajors. Charity wants to know, how do you protect business and friendship?
What's up, Charity? I think this is so much like the last question, actually.
Yeah.
Protect business and friendship. I think so much of it is, you're not necessarily going to have a contract in friendship, but I am so in this place of like, Evans, you and I do this all of the time. Like, and I don't think I think we do realize that you'll know exactly what I'm going to like, what I'm talking about after I say it, because I will have just talked about it.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait to know what's next. Take more Allegra D.
I heard myself saying it and I was like, that is so stupid. And I have to complete the thought. That was so great. You know exactly what I'm talking about after I say it. Okay. So with that said, you and I are both people, I think, at least how you're showing up and I'm showing up in this relationship, we always check in with each other and we want to make sure that we kind of validate how we feel. So, and that's
yes.
Where are you at? Where are you at? Especially in the beginning. I think now we're both hey, I'm going to be here forever as long as you are. We've actually written each other that in a text message.
Yes, that is true.
So I think in friendships, checking in as much as you need, as much as you actually need, because sometimes I need a lot more validation than other people in friendships because I've had some really rough goes at friendships. I've had some abandonment things with different girls and that has really, it still affects me. So for me, I will often check back in with all of my friends after I do something or after I'm really vulnerable or I share something where we're really connecting, but maybe I shared something I don't tell a lot of people. Afterward, I'll check back in and just be hey, just want to say I felt super vulnerable, but I know that that's I felt really connected and just want to make sure we're still good or that I didn't unload on you or whatever that looks like. And so I think that you need to say out loud what you need and how you feel more often than not, especially in really important relationships. And then your friend will know what you need as well. Now that I know you really well, I'm kind of I feel like I know what you need, so I can give that to you.
What about, how do you balance when you're working with getting into new businesses with friends? How do you keep the boundary and keep it professional, but also maintain that friendship?
It's interesting because professional is such an interesting word when it comes to work, because I think the old idea of being professional at work actually doesn't really work anymore. If you want to run an authentic business, I can't hide myself from you or from Lauren or from the people I work with or from my audience. I don't know how to be professional. And be myself. Do you know what I mean? I didn't out of the room I'm a professional. Do you have Do you have what kind of, a business suit?
A briefcase. Let's solve the crime.
Solve this crime, Mom. Scene of the crime. So, okay, I was going somewhere with this, but I really
honestly, I think what you just said, those voices really answered the question. You don't have to be like a robot.
No, I think that you need to be able to share yourself as long as you know you're not like unloading and bringing problems. You know, if you're going to share something about yourself, always just have a solution-based mindset. So even at work, if there's something that needs to be solved and you're like, hey, this is what I'm dealing with, these are the problems. Like, I'm not running this company right now with people thinking that I'm perfect. Like, I, more than anything, want to be, like, I want my people around me to point out, you know, what could have felt better or what could have been done better and feel that they can approach me with that. So I think professionalism maybe can be just replaced with how can I, you know, respect them, you know, in that environment? Like, how can I respect? And I think that is through really understanding what their boundaries are, what their zones of genius are, what they're not good at, having the tough conversations. I think we're just dealing in such a different workplace now. And there's still those environments that are a lot more professional. But I also think if you're really authentic and you have a lot of respect, you don't have to be quote unquote professional. You can be you.
So true. So true.
And it's like, how can you make the workplace, instead of you fitting in, like, how can you fit in yourself into that workplace and not lose yourself? And that's really when I think people like thrive and start to move up the ladder, quote unquote, and like, you know, do all the things, but it feels opposite of what we've been taught. I think the old way of business is like that'll be done in like, you know, 5 years.
I love that, because I love what you said about changing it out with respect, because you can still be yourself and respectful of everyone you work with.
Absolutely. You can still be yourself and be goofy or silly or joke, but know that during a business meeting, it's not the time to do that, you know, or maybe it is, maybe that's the heart of the company or whatever it looks like, but just know your audience, people. Like, just know where to do it and where not to. And sometimes that takes practice. You're like, oh, that wasn't a good place to fart, huh?
Sorry about that.
Crop dusting is usually pretty funny at my house. Apparently in the meeting, it's not.
Crop dusting. Did your siblings ever shoot underneath a blanket and then put the blanket on you?
Yeah, you know what that's called, right?
A Dutch oven?
Which, by the way, you don't even realize that when you get married, you actually want a Dutch oven on your registry, and they're expensive.
All this time, you think Dutch ovens are bad. They're not.
Dutch ovens are free and they're bad. And then you're like, wait, this is actually a highly sought after kitchen utensil, appliance, accessory.
I can't even speak. Allegra has changed you.
I feel like a new woman. I feel like I've been baptized by my allergy pill. I wouldn't recommend going and taking a lot of them. And this is not an Allegra ad, but if you have seasonal allergies, it is my favorite. So,
yeah, you got to do what you got to do.
You sure do. All right, you guys, we're so grateful for you. Thanks for tuning in to another episode, another life-changing episode of Questionably Awesome. And we hope that you're not questioning anything else about yourself and that you have a lot of confidence after listening to us.
Yes, you're amazing.
You can do anything that you want. Bye, Evans.
Bye, Lori.
Thank you guys so much for spending this time with me on the Earn Your Happy podcast. I am so glad that you stopped by. If you could take 1 second to share this episode with someone you think would love it, that would be absolutely amazing, and we would be forever grateful. Also, please leave us a review if you feel so moved by going to iTunes and leaving us an honest thought, an honest comment. Tell us what you think. Tell us what you want to hear more of. It would really help us out on our journey to helping thousands and thousands of people. Until then, don't forget to earn your happy. Thanks again, guys. Bye-bye.
Want to know a huge secret to my success? Okay, not only my success, but just about every single person that I have interviewed on this podcast who is successful has this in common. You guys, they love to journal. They capture their life lessons and what they're grateful for. But a lot of people don't keep this up consistently, and most people do know that the research shows that journaling deepens your gratitude and increases self-awareness. But did you also know that journaling decreases stress and helps you achieve your goals faster? In fact, journaling is a huge differentiator between average performers at work and high-performing people. It leads to longer-term clarity, confidence, and success. So why don't more people journal? Why didn't I journal consistently? Honestly, they don't like staring at a blank page. It's hard to carry a book around with you or a notepad, and they just don't even know what to write about, or they just forget. That's why I know that you're going to love Growth Day. It's the world's #1 system for self-improvement, and it's like all-in-one personal development in an app. And it has an awesome digital journal, and people love it. Growth Day's digital journal has hundreds of research-backed writing prompts for self-reflection, positive mindset, confidence building, and success. I use them all the time, and it makes me think in ways that I typically don't, and it makes me ask myself better questions, which we all know gets better results in our life. It even has prompts that help you develop a daily, weekly, or monthly habit of reflecting on your life and identifying areas to grow. So it's a perfect time of year to start journaling, you guys. When you sign up at Growth Day, you also get systems for habit tracking, goal setting, and scoring, and improving every area of your life. Best of all, I get to teach there too, you guys. I'm so excited. I hope that I get to see you. I teach live in Growth Day every single month with a new topic just for you. So join me there. Start your free trial at growthday.com/Lori.
Hey, thanks for listening to the podcast. And I want to make sure that you have my phone number, and I'm not kidding. Did you know that I have a community text number? For real. My phone number is 310-496-8363. This goes directly to my phone. All you have to do is text the word daily to 310-496-8363. And I literally text you every single day, Monday through Friday. I actually just got done 30 seconds ago texting a bunch of people back, and I talk to you all of the time. You guys, people always ask me how I got my community text number and how it works. Well, all you have to do is you can just go to community.com and get your own. Community makes it easy to get a phone number that you can use to build your audience using text. People just text you at your number and they're added to your group. Then you can text them out audios, video links, anything you want. You guys, I text out happy birthday videos. I love to send podcast links, thoughts about life, book recommendations, different events that I'm doing in the local area. Texting gets me out of the noise of social media and directly into your hand. And now you can start texting your people too. Just go to community.com to get your phone number. They give you a 10-digit real phone number, not those weird short codes that look like spam, but it's more than a phone number. Your new number comes with an inbox for SMS and texting. This means you can actually manage your text list from your computer and an app on your phone. You can schedule text to send at certain times and to certain groups. You can even set up auto replies or let your assistant or customer service team answer your text messages via Community's awesome dashboard. Just go to community.com and ask for a free demo. They'll show you how it works and get you your number. It's time to start texting your audience versus just posting on social media. Everyone uses Community for that. So go check them out at community.com. I can tell you it's not just great for communicating with my audience, but Chris and I use Community and our texts to also sell out our launches. I'm telling you, you get such an incredible response because you really are creating a true, deep sense of community. And It's so intimate. It's freaking amazing. Go check it out at community.com. Hey, I know if you're listening to this podcast that you have big dreams and big goals. And one of the things that can really stop you is struggling with your marketing. Trust me, I have been there. Are you using 10 different systems just to build your online business? Then I want you to try Kajabi. Kajabi helps you build your web pages, set up funnels, and sell your courses, content, coaching, or communities. You've been hearing me talk a lot about funnels on this podcast and the importance of your email list. You can get a free trial at kajabi.com. That's Kajabi.com. I've talked about Kajabi before, but here's something that's super cool and new. They just rolled out an AI assistant for creating your online course curriculum. And this means you just type in a topic that you want to create on a course or webinar and bam, it just generates a sample outline for you. It takes a ton of the hard work away. Of course, you're going to customize it to be your own, but this really helps you get over the struggle of how in the world to start, which is where most people stop. If you're like me, starting is always the hardest part, and that's what makes Kajabi so popular. They've made it easier for creators to build web pages, build courses, build coaching programs, build membership sites, build checkout pages, and build email funnels. So if you're struggling with any of those, you got to go check it out. Go to Kajabi.com. Kajabi was really the first all-in-one system and is trusted by over 100,000 creators. I think that's good enough for me. Also, as influencers and marketers who use this. And now their smart AI platform makes it easy to take what you know and turn it into an online course and business. Go start building with a free trial at Kajabi.com. That's Kajabi.com.